congratulate you because, you were in Miami with him while he was having a baby in LA.
Understandable.
Well, I thought it was LA, but I guess it was Baltimore, right? Where the baby
no
was
idea.
born?
No comment.
I don't know where that baby was born, man. Next question is get back on topic, Jason.
Meanwhile, when they were here last time, him and Chrisean was pregnant. Y'all were doing all that smoking and drinking here in the thing. Did you not know that she had a baby on the way that day?
I don't know nothing about nothing. Next question.
This is really sad. In the No Jumper interview, they talked about this as well. And Blueface admitted that she was smoking and drinking. I mean, we saw it happening, right? But we didn't know to the extent. So, I mean, he never had any intentions on being involved with this child. But to sit back and know that that's your seed, or at least potentially your seed, and hang out with this chick and allow her to do things, take substances continuously throughout her pregnancy that's going to harm this baby is really sick on another level.
Jason, get to the good question.
That's a great question because we had to put previously recorded in your interview because all the drinking and smoking that was happening in the studio, it was like the next week,
She's an adult. She can make her own decisions.
Did you know that she was pregnant then?
I don't know nothing about that.
Did she know she was pregnant?
Nobody knows nothing about that girl.
Okay, well, allegedly. All right.
I think maybe, just maybe, one day when Chrisean get older, much older, and she really realizes what has happened here, as she hopefully is mothering her child. She gonna shed so many tears. But at the end of the day, sweetie, we don't get no free passes in life. Yeah, like your boy here said, you was an adult and you made your decisions. Now, in the No Jumper interview, and they got to talking about this, Jada said she was smoking with her children. But she said she didn't do paper, she just did a bong. They also said that when you're in the beginning stages, now this is her trying to judge Chrisean's methods and also talking about how she did. When you're in the earlier stages, you're not supposed to... No. I'm sorry, because she said the wrong thing, so she got it backwards. She said, as the baby gets older, because she was saying, I think with her first child, once he got about 5 or so months, like when she was 5 or so months pregnant, she began to, taper down. Now, Blueface claims you can't just stop smoking weed. How many of y'all have been pregnant and was doing something? I don't know. It could have been used to bungee jump, or maybe you smoke cigarettes. Maybe you had a drink or two on the weekends with your girlfriends. Maybe, isn't that usually the first sign before you tell somebody, before you make the announcement that I'm noticed you're not drinking, you're having milk. What is that you're doing over there? You're pregnant. Most moms stop any substances right away. It's almost no such thing as no addiction or whatever, because it's just something so overwhelming about knowing that you have a life that you're responsible for inside of your belly. So to hear them say this is just like ridiculous, but this is what Blueface says. He says to Adam on No Jumper, oh, come on, let's not be ridiculous. Nobody can just stop, smoking weed, just like that. What? If you know you about to get sick of test at work, you're going to have to lay low. I mean, you're going to not be probably happy about that. And, there might be an occasion or two when you normally was smoking and saying, well, I sure would love to smoke right now. Oh, I gotta stay clean, And you just do. I mean, it's not something that's generally addictive. It's enjoyable, and beneficial, but not necessarily addictive. So my thing is, and I've always felt like it's more to what they're doing than just weed. So there's that. But then Jada is like, did I say Jada? Same thing. It's Jada, Jayden, same shit, just different body, right? Oh, yeah, but once you get like 5 or so much, what, girl? The earliest stages of the baby forming is the most critical. How can they not know this? This baby gotta stay attached. First, you gotta get like Velcro. Okay, we gotta make sure you have enough lining in your uterine wall for the baby to get stuck like Velcro and stay there. Okay, you need to really. That's why most people don't tell anybody until after 4 weeks. Why? Because it's the high potential miscarriage stage. It's the most vulnerable stage. You're waiting to hear a heart begin to beat. And you mean to tell me once he got a strong heart and, listen, if you have a child in the early stages, that's pretty much going to be considered a miscarriage. But if you have the baby after 5 or 6 months in development, it might have a chance to live. There's babies that are born at that stage, and they got a rough way to go, but they make it. I just saw one posted like yesterday. So how can she not know this when you're building the area for your brain to like come up in there, for your organs and everything to develop, and what's the environment of the body like prior to, and what you're putting in it right then while you're building it. Listen, you can bake a cake. I'm just gonna have to try something a little more elementary. You can bake a cake. Hopefully you put the right ingredients in. Once you put that cake out the oven, if you start pouring, oh, you know what? It's going to need some eggs to give it that fluffiness and make it rise. I'm going to need some oil, to create the emulsion. I'm going to need... No, wait a minute. It's already baked, though. Or you can't pull it out halfway and then put it back in. What's likely going to happen, guys? Say it with me. The cake is probably going to fall. We ain't talking about the box cake. We're talking about homemade cake. That cake probably going to fall, right? There's no peeking. It's already cooking. Let it cook. It's got to be the right temperature with the right ingredients. The oven has to be preheated. That means the body has to be ready, right? For the best outcome of the cake, of the baby. What the hell is wrong with these people? I don't understand that. And see, this is why I said, if you haven't watched my previous video, please do. This is why I said, even though he a slimy, low down, no good thing, funny looking thing in there, he posted the picture in order to put her in her place so she can go get that baby surgery, because he know how bad it is. Okay, and we all... Nobody's saying it, because may the Creator bless the baby, and may the baby be the best baby, healthiest baby, happiest baby, right? But the hernia ain't the only thing. It's not going to stay hidden forever. And then, too, y'all think he going to claim that baby? Listen, he never intended to. And then as he sat and watched how she just dogged the baby out. And then they dogged the baby out together with their violence. Let's just go. Because this wasn't the only show. And to some of those places' defense, this is all wretched, dysfunctional territory. I've watched this guy before, Jason Lee, and I kind of figured, but I never saw him as sassy. Like, I never saw him. Maybe he wasn't out. Maybe he just recently came out, because I never saw him be on purpose. Like, just be yourself. Why you gotta be on purpose? I just, it's so dramatic. Like, what? But, y'all ain't, y'all think this girl is a lollipop? She from the Lollipop Guild? I mean, is she on the good ship? Because I just don't understand how y'all sat back. And this is what I'm going to say. In the defense of a lot of those shows, or some of those shows even, I have seen this girl be so jacked up. And we looking at her and seeing her get where she changing, because this was a slim, athletic, did I say athletic built young lady? And we saw her getting puffy, and we knew what was up. And they are on these shows, and she out in the kite, and that wasn't a weed and just liquor. I don't care what nobody say. And there was a time or two when people were asking her, "Are you pregnant?" And her and Blue thought that shit was cute, to leave people in suspense, because they know she was getting high, and they know that at the end of the day, he didn't want it and she wanted to keep it. Which I think is messed up, and it's really sad on both their parts, because they should have been more responsible. And I just want to throw in there, Jayden is trash too, of course, but you know, some people do know that actually, which is good. But if they knew, he definitely knew he wasn't going to be with her the way she wanted him to. He was just on his hall pass. And she knew that she just, I guess, couldn't take another abortion. And I saw that when she kept saying, I just can't do it no more. I ain't doing it again. She gotta live with that. That you, what you think that's doing to your, I can't even imagine. I'm not even getting ready to go there. Several times? Oh no. Y'all don't even know what I'm thinking that happens to you when you just keep doing that. Like, I mean, imagine if your hand was forced. Imagine if there was great damage. Imagine if it was some incest or stranger, just something crazy, to where you're like, my hands are tied. Like, this is not right. But just imagine you just happy-go-lucky skipping your butt down in there just because you can, and deleting a whole life that you know was a life that was created. I don't think any life is created on accident. I don't think anything happens by accident, but if a whole life is created and then you decide that you're going to, I'm not knocking what, I'm just saying, I probably need to go sleep. That's probably why I need to go sleep. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm pro-choice, that's for sure. And I ain't scared of nothing. So I don't want y'all to think I'm ever copping, please. But I do want to clarify myself, because people do be misunderstanding you. I'm certainly pro-choice, because I don't think others should have the right to decide what we as women should be able to do with our bodies. But I'm definitely not okay with someone just saying, you know what, if something happens, I'll just go down there and get rid of it. And then they keep doing it repetitively. That's on a whole nother level. So with all that being said, I just really feel like her soul and spirit just could not bear to do it again. And he should have known that was going to eventually happen. But they are on a whole nother kind of level with their brain power. So it's just really weird to watch, because he has just as much responsibility as she does in the whole thing. But at the end of the day, he knew how serious that hernia was. And he know it's some other stuff going on. Now, since Mr. Lee here brought up the excessive drinking and smoking, and Adam brought up the whatever he brought up, I forgot. Yeah, the picture, the hernia, and Blue said what he said. Now, something else that this guy said that I found interesting. Because they seem to be very uneducated, him and, what's her name? Jada? Jayden? The way that they're talking about, it's okay to smoke or whatever, drink or whatever, until the baby's like 4 or 5 months. They think, because I guess that's the abortion cutoff time in that state. Like, they think that, now the baby's real. So now, it just doesn't make any sense. But we already talked about that. But there's something else that Blueface said, because I didn't know Chrisean was talking about having a home birth. However, Adam 22 said Chrisean wanted to have a home birth. What was up with that? I can't. We're not even gonna go there. But Blueface was like, yeah, I don't even know what was up with that. Like, if you don't got nothing to worry about and you legit, then do it the legit way. I feel like people only want to have home births when they got something to hide. Now, at first, of course, we're going to think about the ignorance of it all, because he said he don't want the doctors and nurses. You don't want the doctors and nurses to do what it is that they might do. Now, he didn't say normally do. He said might do. So, I'm going to skip past his ignorance. Because honestly, y'all, I think sometimes Blue be dropping, Blue's Clues. He Blue's Clues all day. I've been telling y'all he Blue's Clues. And he do be dropping clues. Sometimes y'all don't be picking them up because y'all be too busy licking on Chrisean, which is crazy. But we all know, or we should know, that home birth is going to be probably your best way to go, your safest way to go, as long as you got the right team. Y'all done got all the information you need. There is a high mortality rate for our women in giving birth in hospitals. This should be common knowledge. And since it's so commonly known, and they didn't know about the smoking and drinking in the early stages, but I'm just going to assume that Blueface do know that it's a scary time for a woman to be having a baby in a hospital. I ain't even going to get into all the stuff that I believe and I look at, with what they do to the baby and how the condition the baby comes in, and the lights, the shots, all of that stuff, right? Taking them away, them being the first to touch them, you not getting that immediate skin on skin, cutting umbilical cord. We can go all day with that. We not gonna go that deep. I don't expect that out of them. However, why would Chrisean, as goofy as she is, okay, missing however many brain cells her ass is missing, think to have a home birth? Her scary ass. She don't strike me as, a strong black woman. I'm gonna say the whole stereotype. She don't strike me as a woman who feel confident and have deep meaning and understanding of having a home birth. So she says she wanted to have a home birth, according to these guys. And I think I may have heard her say it before, but I never took that seriously. If Blueface is saying that, he came out and said it. If you want to have a home birth, then it's probably because you got something to hide. If everything is legit, then do it the legit way. Okay? You probably you want to hide something. You don't want them to do what they may do, not what they normally do. what they may do, which is test your ass and test that baby. He know what he saw. He know what he experienced with her throughout the entire pregnancy. And he was with her quite often when he wasn't, going back to Jayden in between. But he was with her enough to know if she may have been having some abnormalities throughout the pregnancy, right? He knows good and well all that she was doing is not a good chance for the baby to come out very well developed. Now she goes and pulled a stunt about the birth. And even got half of y'all, I don't even understand how, thinking that he was trying to evade her birth. I don't even, and this is the way I got him frozen right here. This is perfect for, because I'm breaking this down for y'all. Because this is the way I've been seeing it. But now the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. And these interviews confirm pretty much everything I've been seeing, including the fact that was just a hall pass for him. He was always going to leave and come back. Her getting pregnant didn't make it any better. He was just trying to milk the cow as far as he could go. Okay. It's like, Derek and that girl. What's her name? Danae. And Jada did her part. She tried to act like Danae a little bit. She tried to act like, Blue was cheating on her, whatever, knowing good and hell well that's how they rock. Y'all see how these people be playing, y'all? You see? But Chrisean ran to hide and have the baby. I don't care what y'all say. That's what I saw. And now it's really confirmed for me listening to these interviews and putting that in conjunction with what I saw with my own two eyes and heard with my ears. All right? She even evaded him. Why would she not want him there? But y'all never stress to answer that. Y'all say, she need peace when she having her baby. Chrisean don't think nothing is peace unless it's blueface. And y'all know this. And yet still, you say the dumbest things. You really think Chrisean would purposefully not have Blue at her in his baby's birth? Huh? She wants to even hide things from him. She doesn't want to give him definitive knowledge to be able to put out on her. And the one thing that he had definitive was the pictures of the hernia. And he used that to force her to go ahead and tend to that baby. Because y'all think because she was up there, I'm so in love with this baby, that she was like she's in mommy mode. Like, how does that happen all of a sudden for someone like her? She's not in mommy mode. She's in blueface mode, as usual. Y'all actually think she's been a good mother, even though you saw her drag that baby around and have the baby head hanging all over the place. Even after surgery, holding them up the way she did and all that. Having him going around even after surgery. That baby came fresh out of surgery and was back into that lifestyle. Being held all up on live and stuff like that. What y'all think he was on? Some anesthesia, some morphine or something? You think he had a drip? The baby had surgery in his bottom area. Go look at some of them videos how she was holding him. Y'all ain't seen it. Y'all ain't seen the half when the truth started coming out about how this lifestyle has affected that baby. You blind and you won't pay attention. And it's a good thing that Jason spoke up and clarified things for himself. Because he said they had to put previously recorded on there. Because even when people speculated and asked, they didn't want to confirm whether she was pregnant or not. And a part of me thinks because they was always in disagreement about whether or not to get rid of the baby. But also, Blueface knew that girl didn't want to give up what she was doing. When they took her and drug her out of, was it No Jumper? And she was in there, she was toe up, and she was cutting up, and he was like, get your security and get her up out of here. She was like, Blue, 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 Blue. And they drug her out kicking and screaming. Oh, God. That girl was clearly pregnant then. People just hoped it wasn't true. And it's like, they can't do anything about it. But then when he asked Blue, did you know that's a grown woman. Can't nobody tell her what to do. Oh, was she pregnant? Oh, don't nobody know what's going on with her. This is a woman you was just with for over a year, and she literally just had your baby after having like 5 abortions from you. Y'all, this is sick, man. This is sick. They need to be in juvie jail or whatever. The way they treat their children. And y'all just let these people go on interview tours and become rich. And Jada sitting there looking crazy as hell. She's the funniest looking chick, but sitting there with her shades, and both of them look crazy. This is so weird. You got one Fruit Loop with a tooth out, and these two, I don't even understand. I don't know what y'all. Makes me concerned about the youth out here, because what is even your attraction to this mess? Like, you should be insulted, and y'all should pay them dust. Like, this is representative of the intelligence level of the youth, and it's not good, y'all. This ain't good. It's not good. This fool sitting up here with some black gloves on. Look like plastic gloves, and he got rings on every finger. Like, what's going on? But he wearing a suit because Jayden is more classy, and he want to be classy. And she got on some like lingerie or stripper clothes or something. I don't know what that is, but I can't with y'all, man. But anywho, it's ridiculous.